Hi, welcome to another edition of What the Fuck Happens in YouTube Atheist Community and Stickam Fun. Second edition. Yeah, I already made this stupid video as a direct upload in my Flash player crashed. You know, bitch. The whole thing lost. Information value. Just lost. Gone. Never to be recovered. Ever again. Irritating. Anyway, just complaining. That's what I do best. Stickam last night. Yeah, it was a good night. No chicks though. Few chicks. Boo boo. But yeah, no Samari, no Karina, no wandering blonde chick, no nothing. So yeah, that was the downside. But otherwise, it wasn't that bad a night. It really wasn't horrible. And I stayed pretty late, almost 9 o'clock in the morning. So kind of made up for skipping last week. But some of it is kind of dead. I mean, I am posting the MP3s. I actually am rendering them, so I will bother. But you might want to skip some of it because it was a little dull. Piro came in late, and we did talk programming stuff and the whole new server YouTube thingy that we're working on. And so we moved that ball up a little further, so it's getting to be closer to a we can do this. So that'd be kind of good if we can, create the non-commercial alternative to all this corporate crap where we compromise each other and basically subsidize shit we don't want to subsidize and all that kind of bullshit. Some sort of honest internet where you just pay for what you use kind of thing. Be nice. Anyway, yeah, and you don't get you're not at the discretion of some terms of service where the other party can do whatever the fuck they want. That won't be in our terms of service. But anyway, yeah, so that was, it's good to have that conversation anyway. Skyzer came in, he just ruined the whole thing. I mean, eventually I had to kick him out because he's just a useless sack of shit. The Fed. There's just no way. These truther assholes are just, they're not paying attention to anything that matters. I mean, they're worried about a splinter, when there's bubonic plague all over the place. I mean, it's just insane. Just fucking insane. Well, whatever. Pointless to even talk about people, because they're just too stupid. So anyway, I don't know what else happened. It was just, some good stuff, some bad stuff, whatever. Just here and there, or something like that. The little thing here is blinking. I don't know what that means. Better not mean anything important. That's all I gotta say. But I ain't doing this video a third time. Well, I probably really don't have a choice if it crashes. So anyway, let's get on to YouTube news, I guess. Oh, camera. Ooh, picking up time. Sorry about that. So yeah, I just uploaded a video. Oh, camera's here. To the Modern Mystic on definable differences of distinction. It's a pretty good video, actually. It turned out, I think, fairly good. So, yeah, I'm happy with it. I'm just trying to see where the camera is. And yeah, so there's the video. Yeah. Okay, the icon for the video. Alright, so I kind of know where to point things. Alright, I think I got it. I can go away with that. Anyway. So yeah, there were some stupid videos here I'm going to respond to, labeled too stupid. Mine was labeled smart, of course. There is somebody who actually added a couple, so that was good. At least somebody's playing along. But yeah, it hasn't been much participation. It's hard to get you people to participate much. You're not very helpful most of the time, I must admit. Yeah, you're really not. So anyway, I did a couple of response videos to, Bubba Micmac and Hannibal Barca guy. Let's see where those are on here. How far down are they? What the fuck? I don't know. They're missing. They're probably in this index here. Sorry. I mean, I should have figured this out ahead of time. There's a Matt video. I haven't watched that yet, but I haven't seen a Matt video in a while. Yeah, this reloads every, 2 minutes or something. It's part of its feature. It's a feature, not an error. Just keep everything updated so you can just have the page loaded and you just show up here and say, oh, there's a new video. So there's the Bubba Micmac one, and so I did respond to that, and Hannibal Barca did a video and I responded to that. It's garbage. So they're on Vlogger Dome. I didn't watch the Grey Text video because he's a moron. This dialogue on information science between Professor Anton and Professor, well, whatever his name was, I forget. Anyway, yeah, it was just, that was a kind of a wasted hour. You know, they just sit there and waste time, debating whether our symbolic representations in our brain are real structure or are they, I mean, I don't even know what their argument is. I mean, there's just no point in arguing that kind of crap. The only thing that's the point in arguing is whether our perceptions are accurate representations of reality. I mean, so if you're not making commentary on that subject, I just don't see the point in any of it. This was a good video. There's no spoon or puppet master, so that was another one to the modern mystic. I think it was a pretty good video, actually. Well, these whole string of videos were pretty good. All my videos are pretty good, actually. It's just the way they turn out. The Australian warbles on a lot. He got a new windmill, and so he talks about his tower of power and putting his windmill together. He does seem a little bit anal, I mean, he gets a free windmill generator thing, and he's kind of worried about the fact that they shorted him a couple of screws, and you're just like, well, whatever, cut off a kangaroo toenail and shove that in there, it'll probably work. I mean, he's gluing his phone together all the time. He can just, I'm sure he could figure out a way to attach a fucking blade to a fucking windmill. But whatever, everybody has the right to complain about the shit they want to complain about. I say, there's no harm in complaining. There's the picture of his windmill-y thingy. So what else is news here? Fred's videos have been kind of whatever. They're kind of whatever, lightsavory. They're just he's kind of going off, boldly going where no rational brain should go, kind of thing. Yeah, so there's not much else here. These are sort of interesting videos. Well, they were until they disappeared. The Dr. Daniel Ray guy on sex and sex, whatever. It's just basically some statistical differences between men and women, which is some of it's sort of interesting. But it's all kind of generic stuff. So, I mean, stuff you sort of already know if you know anything about biology. Nature versus nurture, and it basically points out that it's big part of your biology is nature, obviously, and a big part of your psychology can be nurture. But whatever, then we'll get into it. Oh, this is useless guy, U. James, 1978 forever. Yeah, I'll do a response video to him. Real annoying British guy, got the most abrasive, obnoxious, revolting personality on planet Earth. I mean, he has to be one of the most revolting people just as a personality. He's just so revolting. I mean, pompous and arrogant, obnoxious, and just a horrid creature. Just so full of shit. He did a video on free will, and he just got basically massacred. And he's talking like nothing ever happened. Well, you just got massacred, asshole. You just got demonstrated to be basically a silly person who believes in fairies. And you're going to lecture other people on reality? It's serious. What a fucknut. Anyway, people are just insufferable. I cannot suffer them. I guess these are the Stickam videos. Yeah, nobody even docked up much. There wasn't even much docked up, and like I said, it just was kind of disappointing. There was a little bit of porn going on in the little window, so that did keep us busy for a while. I mean, it did make things interesting. Hey, look at that. Blog TV, The Smooth Terrace, Fake Sagan. January 21st. That's pretty old. I think I saw that one actually, so hell with that. I saw part of it anyway, so fuck it. What else is going on? But yeah, there really is. It's really slim pickings on the internet. Rape is funny. Another brilliant gray text contribution. Yeah, I just don't even bother watching his videos. The subjects are always incredibly uninteresting. And even like where can you go with this title? Rape is funny. I mean, so you're making a joke about people joking about joking about joking. I mean, whatever. I mean, the layers of bullshit are just so thick that who the fuck could possibly care? I mean, nobody can say anything with, straight line kind of manner. I did watch this interview with Mike Wallace thing with this and Rick Fromm guy. Probably saw that when I was a kid, actually. I used to watch a lot of Mike Wallace when I was a kid. And, yeah, so, it was okay, but, it's all kind of stuff I already knew, too, so it didn't stun me with the brilliance of it. But, it's quite adequate. He did point out at the end, he's a psychiatrist guy, but, he sort of pointed out at the end, they talked a little bit about Marxism and how, Marxism really isn't Marxism as people understand Marxism. They're just not getting it. Marxism was a commentary on the failures of capitalism, not on some sort of, welfare state. But, yeah, it's all propaganda. That's what the world runs on, is propaganda. So, the irrelevance of the question, does God exist? Well, I don't know. I mean, that's a silly title, Matt. I mean, it really is a silly title. I guess unless you're going to say there's only two choices. I mean, either you pray and sacrifice animals to the god Gaia, or you sacrifice them to the god Jehovah, right? So I guess from that perspective, it doesn't matter. It's an irrelevant question if you're going to be a pantheist or some other kind of, if you're going to deify nature, then yeah, the question doesn't matter. But if you're going to be a realist and want to seek the truth, it's sort of a significant difference in the function of the universe if it has intelligent design versus unintelligent design. Yeah, kind of a big difference. Intelligent design, unintelligent design. Big difference. So anyway, I really don't gotta, who the fuck cares? I just don't give a fuck. Yeah. So yeah, I wish there was more stuff to talk about, but yeah, people just ain't making much video. Except for me, I'm still plumping out my versions. Well, anyway, yeah, this derived energy did make a response on the objective morality, and some idiot made an idiotic one video here that I probably should respond to. But yeah, I mean, it's just I just find this as a vacant argument. How can you be arguing with people about the meaning of suffering when you're saying it's not objectively true that suffering is bad? I mean, if you don't believe that it's an objective fact of the universe that suffering is bad, if you somehow think there's a reasonable doubt, then you really don't have any right to be preaching to people about the meaning of it or the context of it. So, I mean, if you can't logically deduce from your own personal experience that suffering is a real entity, that has a value component that's decidedly negative, and that's a fucking truth, an absolute truth, no reasonable way to doubt it. If you can't say that, then I really don't think you have a right to tell anybody or suggest to anybody what they should think or feel or how they should behave. I mean, it just doesn't make any sense to say you think reality is a subjective perception, and that we're not attempting to describe an actual reality. Like there's an actual truth that this pen is in my hand and it exists. And there's no defensible argument otherwise, and so we can establish it as an absolute truth. We don't need to mince words and play games, and we can objectively state, we can state with authority that suffering sucks. Yeah, it's authoritatively demonstrated. Yeah. Anyway, I just don't get it. I just don't get playing that game. If you're going to play the game that life is all make up your own truth, then yeah, I really don't see where you have any business opining on anything. I mean, if I didn't believe I was right and I have accurately defined reality, I wouldn't be preaching. I mean, I just wouldn't. So, enough said. Thank you very much. Blah, 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 blah. Website and MP3s for the Stickam. And, whatever. I'm just sick and tired of all this shit. But I've been sick and tired of it for a long time, so apparently I'll just remain sick and tired and just keep going day in and day out, just keep doing this shit over and over and over. Yeah. Well, I'm going to try to do it better. Try to do something spectacular and interesting. I just have to somehow catch up. I have to get a few. Somehow I have to get some time. I have to make time move slower or something. Yeah. Well, whatever. I have to work on it. It's my problem. It's admittedly my problem, not your problem. Well, I mean, I'm making it your problem by not fixing the problem, but I'll try to work on the problem. I'll try to do something really interesting and profound and meaningful and just wipe you out, just completely stun your brain. It would be so brilliant. Yeah, I'll work on that. Alright, so I guess we're done. Yeah, I didn't think we'd have enough. I didn't think I'd have enough memory that the video would far down on me. But it's probably because I did it in black and white. It probably saves resources. Barrier? Ooh, it's all twisty, turny. It's one of those, whatever you call them. Yeah, one of those things.